Alright, today we're going to do an experiment with a salt-only brisket. I'm going to use a dry-aged brisket from Porter Road. I'm going to trim this down, trim some of this fat off, around the corners a little bit, and get it ready for the pit. And then seasoning, we're just going to use kosher salt. 1 teaspoon kosher salt per pound. If you're using granular salt, you want to go 1/2 teaspoon per pound. You let it dry brine overnight, and this is what we're left with. Get the pit ready. We're going to use some post oak and apple and hickory, and we're going to cook today around 225. We're going to use a water pan today, and I'm putting about 3 quarts of water in this pan to help regulate the temperature to 225. We'll let that preheat, and once it gets to 225, we'll get the brisket on the smoker. Okay, about 7 hours in, our bark's looking pretty good. We're not really getting a real crispy bark because I think pepper takes pepper to do that. But the color looks good, so I think I'm going to wrap. We're about 160 degrees. And we'll put this back on the smoker to finish off. Finally, about 12 hours in, we're about 200 degrees and we're ready to pull it off the smoker. Let that rest for at least 2 hours. And when I cut into this thing, I mean, look at the juices running out. This is just amazing. I usually cook hot and fast, so cooking low and slow was really interesting to see how well that fat seam rendered. So I would recommend doing that if you have time. It's very tender brisket, pulls right apart. It's got a good smoky taste, beefy taste. You can taste, the beef with just the salt. It's real beefy. It's just amazing. I recommend you try it.